Now 4:30 on WKYT this morning, the son of Senator Rand Paul faces criminal charges in Lexington following a weekend crash. Find out what we've learned now about the investigation.
Lexington police are still searching for a suspect after a pizza delivery driver was stabbed to death over the weekend.
And how a survivor of the 2007 Virginia Tech shooting is now helping make college campuses in Kentucky safer.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. It's nice to have you with us on WKYT as we get Thursday off and rolling. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Hopefully you covered your plants. If you haven't, you probably need to do that because we're hearing a chill down is on the way. Right, Micah?
Yeah, absolutely. And we're looking outside with that frost advisory in effect until 8 a.m. for everybody. So, yeah, it's those plants, those sensitive plants. You just got to cover them up. Those little flowers that you've already placed down in the ground, just go ahead and knock them out. There you go. Frost advisory. Current temperatures, look at these. Sitting there in the 30s. We're 38 degrees right now in Lexington, 34 in Somerset. Some of these lower lying areas and some of your backyard thermometers will read even lower than those airports. 58 is the call for today. It's cool, but it's sunny. So it's one of those days that number right there is kind of dependent on, well, if you get cold easily or not. That's not too bad for me, so we'll take it. Now, going in overnight and into tomorrow morning, we do it all over again. I'll show you that coming up.
All right. In other words, it looks good, just a little chilly. Thank you, Micah. This morning, the son of presidential candidate and U.S. Senator Rand Paul is facing some legal trouble in Lexington. Police have cited him for DUI.
This happened over the weekend after police say 22-year-old William Paul's SUV hit a parked car. This is not the first time he's faced an alcohol-related charge. Garrett Weimer is tracking the investigation this morning.
Police say it happened here on Woodland Avenue around 11:30 Sunday morning. According to a police citation, a witness saw a car in the middle of the intersection at Old Vine revving the engine. The citation says police found William Paul sitting in the car after hitting a parked car. Police described Paul as having a strong odor of alcohol, bloodshot, watery eyes, slurred speech, and say he was belligerent. According to the citation filed here in Fayette County Court, Paul failed a field sobriety test and refused a blood test. Now, police confirm he was taken to the hospital to be treated for injuries to his face, and he was cited, not arrested. Police say that is standard procedure in a situation like this. This isn't Paul's first alcohol-related charge. This mugshot is from January 2013. When Paul was arrested at the Charlotte Douglas International Airport. He was charged with assaulting a flight attendant and consuming alcohol while underage. Those charges were later dropped. In October 2013, Kentucky's Alcoholic Beverage Control cited Paul for alcohol possession by a minor at Keeneland. A spokesperson for Senator Rand Paul's office said in a statement, quote, Senator Rand Paul does not comment on any private matters in regards to his family. William Paul did not return our request for comment. In Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
William Paul was charged with DUI, first offense, and failure to maintain insurance. Both of those are misdemeanors. He is a senior at UK. He'll be arraigned on May 12th in Fayette District Court.
This morning, investigators are still trying to figure out what led to a deadly crash involving a train in Scott County. This happened around 2:30 yesterday afternoon at a farm off Rogers Gap Road. That's north of Georgetown. The Scott County Sheriff says 80-year-old Stanley Hammonds was driving a dump truck and was killed when the train hit him.
Mr. Hammonds was apparently trying to cross the tracks with a load of gravel. At this time, it would be speculation as to whether he stalled on the tracks or to whether he didn't see the train. We're not real sure.
Investigators say the train hit the passenger side of the dump truck. They say Hammonds had been driving that truck in the area for years.
New this morning, a woman is accused of exploiting her disabled sister. Lexington police say that 60-year-old Terry Neal was not taking proper care of the victim. Police say the victim's home had no food, no running water, and electricity was just restored. The victim, who is unable to take care of herself, said she has been relying on neighbors for food and water.
Well, new this morning, police arrested a man accused in a violent home invasion. Last January, Lexington police say Marcus Howard and another man forced their way into a home on Bluebird Lane. That's where the men allegedly robbed 3 women, beating one of the victims. Howard is charged with robbery and drug trafficking.
This morning, police are asking for your help in Lexington's latest homicide case. 22-year-old Salahuddin Jitmud was found stabbed to death outside an apartment building on Sunday night. Police say the man was a Pizza Hut driver who was making a delivery right before he was attacked. No arrests have been made in the case, and now a board member at a Lexington mosque says the 22-year-old's murder may have been a hate crime.
There are some indications from the incident itself that it might be a hate crime, and we need for that to be addressed.
Lexington police have not said whether they believe the man's murder was the result of a hate crime.
Well, this morning, investigators think some human remains found in Clay County could be those of a man who disappeared nearly 20 years ago. In the last few weeks, they say they found a human skull, some bones, and clothing near a small cemetery off the Hal Rogers Parkway. They think they may have found Roy Glenn Griffin, who has not been seen since 1996. Investigators say he lived not too far from where those remains were found.
There's a certain degree of satisfaction comes with closing any case that you're working on, especially so with a missing persons case.
The Clay County coroner is still waiting on DNA results before making a positive ID for the remains.
It will be up to a grand jury to decide if charges will be filed for the dragging death of a Laurel County dog. The Homeward-bound animal rescue group says the dog's owners claim that the animal was dragged down a road by accident. The owners say they didn't realize that he had been tied to the bumper of their truck. Homeward Bound says the dog was dragged for miles before being left in a ditch off Highway 1006. The dog had to be euthanized because rescuers say his injuries were so bad. His owners did not want to talk with us. This morning, police in Kenton County in northern Kentucky are looking for a man who they say tried to lure a girl into his van. Police say the 10-year-old girl was walking in an Edgewood neighborhood Monday afternoon when a man in a white van drove up to her. The girl says the man told her to get inside the van because her mother had been injured. But the girl did not believe him and threatened to call the police. At that point, police say the man then drove away. Neighbors say this incident has surprised them.
We live 2 blocks away from the police department, and if it can happen right here, I mean, my God, it can happen anywhere.
Edgewood police posted a message to Facebook to warn parents about the stranger there. Police say this incident is similar to an attempted luring that happened in Grant County last week. But Grant County deputies say they do not think it's related because they know who is responsible in their case.
Well, the theft of more than $100,000 worth of bourbon from 2 central Kentucky distilleries is still grabbing attention around the world. On Tuesday, the Franklin County grand jury indicted 9 people in connection to the case. Franklin County Sheriff Pat Melton says since that announcement, he's been hearing from media outlets around the world wanting to talk to him about the story. Bourbon industry experts say there's a lot of interest in Pappy Van Winkle bourbon, especially since some of it was stolen in the case. They say a bottle of that bourbon can cost thousands of dollars.
The major headline there is that it involves Pappy Van Winkle. Bourbon as a whole is doing great as far as a bubbling national trend, but when you have the hot name, the hot brand of Pappy, and the sheer volume of it.
Investigators say much of the stolen bourbon will likely be destroyed after the trial. It may not be safe to consume.
A survivor of the 2007 mass shooting at Virginia Tech University shared her experience with students at UK. Christina Anderson was shot 3 times in one of the classrooms at Virginia Tech. She's now helped create a new app called LiveSafe, which is designed to help keep students and staff safe on campus. UK started using that app earlier this year. Anderson says she wants students to be more aware of their surroundings, a lesson that she says she learned at Virginia Tech.
So as you're kind of going around campus or your dorm or your residence, if you see things that aren't in the right place or someone who doesn't really belong there, having that trust and that gut reaction to report that, to either call the police or use things like the LiveSafe app that we're here to talk about as well, to send that in anonymously.
The LiveSafe app is free for students and staff members to use. It allows people to connect directly with UK police and even send in tips through text, pictures, audio, or video. All right, our time this morning is coming up on 4:40, 20 before 5, and it's good to have you with us on WKYT.
Hope you're having a fabulous day. Diet is important for any child. Coming up, Moms Every Day talks about nutrition for children with autism.
And we're looking across the way, sitting there in the 30s, feeling very frosty this morning as those temperatures just continue to drop. I'll show you how low we go this morning and tomorrow morning coming up.